Hello, and a very good morning to you. This is the Wednesday Spiritual Astrology Show. It's Wednesday, the 24th of February. It's 11 o'clock in the EU in Spain, 10 o'clock in the UK. A very, very good morning to you. I hope you're well. And rise and shine, it's time for astrology time. How's about that? Let's do a little bit of this. Well, a very good morning to you. If this is your first time to Cafe Clairvoyance, then a very good morning to you. This is a spiritual astrology show which we do on a Wednesday morning. This is for like-minded people who have an interest in everything spiritual, everything astrological, and everything else that we can manage to combine in a show, which we hope you find very informative, entertaining, good fun, and also involves your interaction, guys. So this is a great morning for you if you wish to get involved, to ask questions, and feel that you'll get compelling answers rather than sometimes thinking like open faces going, I don't know what you're talking about. Here we do know what you're talking about, we do understand, and we like to share ideas with you like-minded people. So sound good so far? Yes, they're doing quite well, aren't we? Brilliant. Okay, so what's going on out there? The energy is changing, isn't it? Isn't it uplifting a bit? Do you get the feeling of that? Possibly? Well, you never know. It can only get better, can't it? And this is what we're aiming for at the moment, is to entertain you with a show this morning which brings through that energy of warmth, happiness, popularity, and whatever you're doing. And it's interesting, actually, talking to some of you guys when you come back into the group. The things you guys are saying, they are quite funny. For example, somebody's saying here that you're doing a washing up, but you still have your earphones on with your phone in your back pocket listening to the show. Some of you are doing your house cleaning. Some of you are even in a car with your earphones on, driving along, obviously not seeing it, but listening to it. And for others, whatever you're doing, some of you may be watching us. But we're here, whether you see us in sight, sound, or spirit, we're here to entertain you and give you a lovely morning show. So, without further ado, I think I need to go and find out. Coming to the front door very shortly should be my very, very good friend Guiomar. She's going to be joining us and talking all about the astrological energies at this present time and how, guys, we can make you enjoy the week and what to look for, what to enjoy, and what to engage with. And you've also got the opportunity for a live mini reading should you guys choose to come on. If you want to come on, just let us know. It'd be great to see you. In the meantime, let's go and see. There's my good friend Guiomar. And a very, very, very good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are
you? Good morning. Good. So, how's your week been, first of all?
Oh, nice and calm. I mean, it's nice for a change. It's that sun's gone into Pisces, so it's calmer. It's a nicer, softer energy. But I'd like to talk more about this Piscean energy, which people really don't know a lot about Piscean energy. Probably even you, Phil, being a Pisces rising.
Oh, well, you never know. You never know. Till you try me out on this, so I might give you a bit of a run for your money.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we've gone from that Mercury retrograde messing up all our computer stuff because it was like a Mercury retrograde on steroids. Normally it's not that bad. Normally it's easier, at least for me, to go with the flow with the Mercury, think things through, go slower. But this time, this last Mercury retrograde was absolutely crazy.
It was.
So now we've gone from all these computer glitches, not being able to start the show on time because the computer was failing, the program was failing, and all these things was going to happen, to the Piscean energy. And Piscean energy is why your dog 2 minutes before the show wanted to pee. So this is like, oh, there's this. Oh, yes, it's liquid peeing,
Yeah,
so that's a very Piscean thing.
I'm glad it's liquid.
Also because peeing has to do with emotions, letting go of emotions that are old, and Pisces has to do with emotions, letting go of old emotions that don't serve us anymore. So
Yes.
low Pisces would be to just stay. I like to say it's like imagine a frat party in the States, this university frat party, and everybody's there having a great time. And suddenly it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Most of the people have gone home. There's a guy sleeping on the sofa. There's somebody puking in the toilet. There's a couple in the bedroom. And there's Pisces going, oh my God, these people have to go. They have to go to sleep. So there he is, waking the guy that's on the sofa up, taking care of the guy that's puking, knocking on the door of the couple, say, come on, guys, let's move it. Let's clean everything up. And so that's Pisces resonating low, because that's Pisces looking at Aquarius, looking at the party.
Yes.
Looking like, what do people need? What can I give them? And that's not what Pisces is here to do, right? So Pisces, when Pisces does that, Pisces dissociates his or her mind into and starts thinking of what other people want, and then loses himself, and that suddenly feels like, I've abandoned myself. Where am I? Where am I? So that's what leads. The next step when Pisces does that is that he sucks in, or she sucks in, all the emotional energy, all the emotional debris, all the old stuff from people, and that makes him freak out and say, "Oh my God, I'm alone. What can I do?" And that triggers a very Leo response. Leo's the
Yes.
quinquam, which is suddenly doing something like crying, bawling, yelling, drawing people's attention, whatever, yelling, whatever it is. So Pisces is very much linked, low vibe resonating Pisces, very much linked to Leo energy when in this scenario, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Can you see that?
Yes, I can. So when when it's Pisces energy, because a lot of people get confused by it, because some people say it's a bit of everybody. All the constellation of the zodiac is partly Pisces because they've been round the clock.
Yeah,
The
but
zodiac.
that would be Pisces sucking everything in.
Yeah.
And really, the gift of Pisces is to be able to be so present, integrating Virgo, the opposite sign, is so present that you just know everything that's going on, but from the present moment. And from that present moment, it's like Noah's Ark. So Noah was a very Piscean guy, right? Because, I mean, not only did he build an ark to save all the animals and people from a flood, which is a very Piscean
Yep.
thing, the whole world got flooded over. That's Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is the ruler of the sea, right?
Yes.
But also, and Pisces are little fish. Also, because what he did was he just coordinated, this next stage in humanity, so to speak.
Yes.
And that's the gift of Pisces, getting everybody, having such a clear vision of everything that's going on without the filter of the mind, just knowing and being able to move everybody and take everything to just, leave it, drop it, let's go to the next stage. So it's a jump in timeline. It's a jump in cycle. That's what Pisceans do. Pisceans really act as Pisceans when they're on the move, when they're on the go, when they're moving people. That's Pisces.
Yeah, because they're good coordinators as well, aren't they? They're very good at seeing the picture, being able to see it across the plane. And
Exactly.
yes, I agree with you. And it's very, 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 as you say, they're just knowing, very intuitive, very intuitive. And also, there's no boundary.
No, but the thing is, there's a difference between being intuitive, which is more Sagittarian, and being knowing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so intuiting is like I reach for the information and I get it, and a knowing is just it's there.
There.
And it is knowing. There's no need to filter things through the mind.
It's a beautiful feeling. It's very difficult sometimes people to understand this. And so unless you're Pisces, unless you know any Pisces out there wishing to share this, and
yes, Piscean or Pisces, or a lot of Pisces energy, or a lot of strong Neptune. I have Neptune in the first house with the moon, with Jupiter. I have Pisces in the fourth house. So like I have a lot of Piscean energy, but I'm not Pisces.
Yeah. I got Pisces rising. Pisces, Capricorn, Pisces rising. My Neptune's in the eighth house Scorpio. So there's water. Water says there's that feeling it. But I do understand when you know, you know. And if you flow with that knowing, it all just goes flow there.
Exactly. So the gift of Pisces is actually to flow and move and move people with that. But low Pisces gets stuck, and I don't do anything, and I'm waiting for everybody to go, and I'm looking at the party and looking at the people, and what do they need? What should I do? Should I clean up? And that's low Pisces.
When you're high Pisces, you just you don't need to worry about all of that. It just happens. Just they'll go when they're ready.
Exactly. It's absolute trust in life.
Yes.
It comes from a clarity of spirit.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that Pisces really has to do, is just clarify it themselves, or anybody with a lot of Piscean energy. You know, it's basically it's shedding egoic identifications. So you just allow the universe to determine what you're doing.
Okay. Good. Good.
Which is the time we're in right now. So this is a month of living Piscean energy. It doesn't matter what sign you are.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because I was looking at today's chart. Oh, it's 11:11 right now.
Oh, 11:11. Oh, dun dun dun. Guys, whatever it is you're doing at the moment, 11:11, think about your thoughts. Think about what you're doing and just listen to what you know, or what is coming into you for you to know. Whilst you're thinking that just at the moment, I'd just like to say a warm thank you to Elmo who's joined us, to Jay, to Nanik. Nanik, hey, you're still doing readings? Yes, this is what you need to do. From Debra, who's a producer, she's saying, for a mini reading, please give your date of birth with one colour and one question. That's all you need to do, Nanik. Okay, and we'll also say good morning to Debs and to Rebecca. To Rebecca and to Sandra. Very, very good morning to you. Hi there. Sandra says, hey, hi there. I'm Pisces, relate to what you're saying 100%. And one of the big things with this, especially when you're Pisces who's working strong, is that tranquility of knowing what you know.
Exactly. And not only knowing what you know, but also accepting what is. Yeah. So a mantra for this month is everything is perfect as it is.
Isn't that interesting? Everything is, yes, you don't need to worry about anything else.
No. So the thing is, that doesn't mean that we're just, just giving up and, oh yeah, whatever. Everything's perfect. Cool. Just wait it through. No. Everything is perfect as it is acknowledging. It's like really being present and saying, okay, what's going on? What do I have here? I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was with a client, and she's a mom. She has two girls. The youngest one is just a few months old. The eldest is 4, I think now. And she's a psychologist too. And so she was like worried, like, oh, I have to think of, my professional projection. What should I do? I have the children. I'm still doing a few sessions, less than before, but what should I do? What should I do? Profession.
Yeah.
So then at the same time, she was with the children. She wanted to be with the children, right? So then I said, stop. Everything is perfect as it is. Where are you right now? And the baby, she had the baby in her arms, and the baby was restless, and she was all the time, right? So the mom was evidently, she was off-centered, right? So I go, okay, stop and be present. Okay, where are you now? What is going on right now? What do you have now? And well, I am with my child, and the other child is in the room with the dad, and I want to think of my career. Okay, so what if everything is perfect right now? You have everything you need and everything you're going for. So you have an urge to think about a career, and you are taking care of your children, and you're a psychologist. So why don't you put everything together? Why don't you start focusing on conscious raising children consciously, or putting on your social media everything you're discovering about raising children, because people need more conscious parents to help them navigate through this new way of taking care of kids.
Yeah.
Different from the old things, right? So then suddenly she realized, oh my God, everything was there all the time. And this is very Piscean. So this is something we can do this month, to be aware of, like, well, because also right now there's an energy, like there's this beautiful Piscean energy, but there's also this there's a bit of a block, right? We got Pluto, Mars, Pluto, Moon, um, Lilith with Jupiter and Mercury. So these things are causing, like, we can encounter blocks from people, from authorities,
Yep.
and we can get frustrated by that. But the Piscean energy is saying, no, go slower, be present, and just try to feel how everything is perfect as it is. If you can't go forward right now, it's because you're not supposed to go forward right now. This is
Hmm.
also the year of the ox in the Chinese year.
Yes.
And the ox is a very slow moving animal.
Sure-footed
Okay, so
though.
slow year.
Sure-footed, but slow. I agree with you. I agree with you. And it's interesting here. I really feel this energy. We both woke up this morning and we were downstairs having a coffee. We both went, "What's happened? What's just happened?" And I said, "Yes, I felt it too. It's this energy has just gone, oh." Interesting. Clients I had yesterday, day before, Mercury changed direction on Sunday and it caused chaos for people. They went meltdown. My phone went bonkers saying, "What is going on? What's going on?" It's Mercury changing direction. Plus, you've actually got this Piscean energy coming. Where am I going? And it's the panic was for a lot of people they're finding here is, I don't know where I'm going.
You're not supposed to.
You're not. That's exactly what I said to them. You're not supposed to. You're just supposed to be present. Just be. But that's not what I want to hear. They're saying, because now what's interesting about this current energy is very unique. It's very different, and what we're going to get used to is seeing it differently, not seeing it in the old patterns, seeing it in the new patterns, and observe
Exactly.
that. Yes, observe that. Observe that energy there.
This Piscean energy is really going to invite us to collectively move on to a different level, a different consciousness level, the whole world. I mean, everybody. And but we to do that, we really have to let go of the way our mind created our reality up until now. We're going to still
Yes.
create our reality, but much even better. But not the way that we did it up until now. So we have to let go of that, which means that we have nothing to project into our foreseeable future.
Yes. Yes.
Because when you see your future, it's because you're projecting your past.
Absolutely. And if you choose to now see it from a different perspective, you're in the new times. It's a unique time, and it's good to look like that. Don't be afraid to look at it. Don't be afraid, guys, to look at life being different, new, looking at old situations in a different way, or even seeing your
Mm,
world evoluting differently, thinking, "I never thought this would happen. I never thought that would happen." But trust it. Trust it. Just go with it.
exactly.
Oh, on a
Exactly.
lovely, 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 lovely morning. And okay, let's do now. As we've gone through the morning here, we've been discussing here in this lovely Piscean and this and the previous energies here, which have been very Aquarian, Uranian, Taurian. Now we're stepping into this Pisces bit. It's still about grounding, having our feet on the ground, being able to soak up the energy from the ground, just to see ourselves in balance.
Yes, yes, yes. This is another very important thing because Pisces has to do with the feet and
Mm,
the importance of grounding to really be Pisces with that Virgo integration. But a lot of times, people that are not grounded have like high arches, and because there's so much muscle tension in the feet that
yes.
you can't really, step firmly on the ground. So if you try to balance on one foot, it's not possible because you lose your balance.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do to improve this is not only practice balancing on one foot like the Maasais do, or like the yoga position of the tree, the yoga asana, but you can also like loosen the fascia of your feet by first putting your toes on the ground like behind you, okay, and then you just wobble like that, and then after doing this, then you, like either on a wall or on the floor, you do the opposite. So the toes are pushed forward or pushed upward. Okay. And then use like a broomstick and just step on it. between
Yes.
the pads between the heel and the pad of your foot. So on all this area, you just step on, progressively. You stay there for a while, just breathing your weight into it. It will hurt, but with time, it will give in, and that will release the fascia of your foot, which will help you ground you more and
That's
be more
great.
stable.
It's also probably good times to do reflexology to work on the feet. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah, totally.
Also, just for your own meditation there, you guys want to do this is to visualize your feet on the ground and then roots of a tree growing out from the soles of your feet into the ground. And as much as they're growing out, you're also drawing in all the nutrients, the minerals, and everything you need to come up into your feet and go up into your body.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely feeling. Oh, what a lovely morning. What a lovely, cozy, cozy Piscean energy. Notice some of you there sent in details for readings. We've got those, and there's about 3 of you so far. I can see that. And in the meantime, now, from really Brian, all the way over in Australia, she's really taken off to poetry. So we've got a little video on grounding. I hope you guys enjoy this.
I Am a Tree, Ground Me by Irene Bryan. Deep roots of history travel through my veins. The memory, a map, a feeling I want back. The very reflection of my nature, the moist earth beneath my feet. Ground me, ground me. Let me find what it is I seek. Human nature is just like a tree, needing roots, a trunk, and flowering leaves. Knowing the path is full of threats, we must return to what serves us best. Feeling the flow and creative channel of life is crucial to maintaining a positive insight. Unbeknown to many is the secret power of connecting. Like a tree, ground me, let me find what it is I seek. I wander here and I wander there. I am searching for a feeling of home which is just not there. Then one day I stood in front of a great tree and I felt the power return to me, ground me. Oh, I'm finally at ease. So imagine yourself as a tree, forming a solid foundation with the earth, sinking your power, allowing your true nature to emerge. Ground me, for I am like a tree.
Rennie Bryan, you're a very talented lady. That's an absolutely lovely poem, and really
Mm.
enjoyed that. You've got a real style there, so thank you very much for doing that. Yeah, she's all the way over in Australia at the moment, so she's probably getting ready for bedtime. Anyway, right, okay. So also we got a full moon coming up now, haven't we? In a few days' time,
Mm.
just before we leave the end of February, we pop off on the 27th. We've got this full moon. It's a Virgo moon. And okay, so there we are in this Piscean energy of just going with this nice flow. And also we get the organization of the getting things into order with Virgo.
Yeah, but I would say Virgos also has to do with grounding in the sense that
Mm,
Virgo is coherence. So to be coherent, you have to be grounded.
yes,
You
yes.
have to be heart centered.
If you know where you are, you're in that Virgo Pisces energy. It's brilliant, isn't it? Lovely. And
Yeah.
it's drawing us to that. Draw us to that. And
Yeah.
yes.
And it's also again, it's a very beautiful energy. There's also right now Mars Venus, so it's a very nice energy to connect with love, but to connect with, to understand love from a higher perspective. So like I said before, everything is perfect just as it is what Pisces invites us to meditate upon or to really integrate. So what is love? No, because normally people think love is So I meet somebody and he's infatuated and loves me, and he gives me what I want until he
Oh.
doesn't, and then I get angry, right? So, and that's not real.
Doesn't give me what I want. I love those little stories of yours. He loves me, doesn't give me what I want. That's it. Angry. Oh dear, oh dear. No.
But that's what we do. It's like, okay, I'm needy. I'm needy. You got to give me what I want. I don't even know what I want, but you have to know what it is that I want, and you have to give it to me. If you don't give it me, I get angry at you, and then I'm going to sabotage our relationship because of that. And that's what everybody does.
Yes.
So
A lot of
like,
people do because they
people
don't. Yes.
don't have real relationships.
They're having they have about three relationships: relationship with themselves, relationship with the other person, and relationship is where they think they should be in the middle somewhere, but no one's communicating on that.
But it's not even that, because people don't see other people. They're just projections of themselves, what they're projecting on others.
Yes.
So normally we see on the other person and we judge the other person, but what we're seeing is ourselves projected onto the other person. So we don't see the other person as he or she is, which is a beautiful and perfect soul in and of itself. We don't see that, and we don't
No.
accept that. So it's like, oh yeah, I saw you were a beautiful soul when we, the first time we fell in love. I saw your beautiful soul, but then I see how you're peeing on my toilet, and I'm getting.
Oh, I love this. This is hilarious. Okay. The little habits we all have. I'll talk to my dog about that. Yeah. And my little puppy I got there about that. Right. Okay. I think it's. Sorry. Yes.
I'm in the middle of philosophizing, so I'm creating this whatever, talking about Pisces. You just interrupted me.
I'm a Pisces. I've got Pisces rising. I'm allowed to.
You shouldn't interrupt me. No, this is what we do. This is what we normally do. Like in relationships, it's like, oh, you should have known that you shouldn't interrupt me and all that stuff. And that's like, no, well, that's who you are. It's like, can't expect anything different. We shouldn't. Ideally, we shouldn't create expectations on others. And this is like, but that's not going to bring me security in my relationship. Well, the security in your relationship doesn't have to come from the other person being exactly what you're projecting onto him. The security in a relationship should come from each individual knowing how to sustain themselves and being sovereign in themselves.
Absolutely. I think that's a big thing you're saying there. Uh,
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. The first one here. We've got here. So, are we ready? Are we ready, guys, for the readings? Ready, guys, for the readings there? Yes, we are. Right. There we are with the trumpet call. And here we have first up on the block. We have Sandra Park. Her date of birth is 17th of 3rd, 1948. She's got a colour gold. This Pisces would like a happy reading. This Pisces like a happy reading. There you go. Okay.
17th of 1945?
1948. 17th of 3rd, 1948. 17th 3rd, 1948. Yes. And
Okay.
yes, she'd like a happy reading. Well, first thing I'd like to say to you here is I love your numbers, especially for part of the year. You're a 325, so you're allowed to be chaotic. You're allowed to be as wacky as you like. How's that, Sandra Park? Yes, because and also here you've got this three part here. Three parts here loves to understand and loves to understand people. And it's sometimes here you're there to go and help others. You're very good at this. You like to be in the know where people come and talk to you. But it's also about honouring this a little bit so people respect this a little bit more, because you've got a 2 behind this. Now this is interesting because the 2 here is wanting to sensibly find a balance with everybody. Actually, the balance needs to be more within you. If you've got that balance, you're in a great place. The 5 then becomes its true energy, which is freedom. It's desire for freedom, it's desire for energy, it's desire for fun. And but your big thing here is being put in a position where you can detach yourself from people but help them. It's like helping people inside the bubble, but you're outside of it. You do not have to be inside to share things with people, as we get a bit too I'm picking up their feelings and emotions while I'm doing mine. And so especially if you're doing anything spiritual yourself there, Sandra, I would say here that you've got a unique ability, huge ability. I think is absolutely wonderful. You're also here, number 5 is, that's 5, 6, you're in a 7 year. So this is all about spirituality. So you've got a 5 energy which runs around in a 7 year. So this is about being as chaotic and as crazy and as mad as looking at life out as differently as possible, not looking at the old but looking at the new, and embracing that energy, especially intuitively, psychically, and spiritually, because you'll find this would be awesome if you go that way. And the thing here is it, we're all used to putting things in boxes. Matches go in boxes, clothes go in boxes, all sorts of things go in boxes. But I'd say here, this year, ditch the box. Ditch the box, be free, be open, enjoy yourself, and you'd love it. You'll love it. So if you're looking for happy reading, the happiness here is debox. Debox yourself. Have a great time. Enjoy it. And I'm sure you will love it. Yes. Good morning, Nabila. Yes, you just popped on the line there too. But Sandra says here, she said, yes, yes. So there you go. Your happy reading here is to unrestrict yourself and just go and be wacky Sandra.
Yep. Pretty much so, yeah. So Sandra's a Pisces and has a trine in air. So a lot of, the mind is very agile. North Node in Taurus, so that's South Node in Scorpio. I mean, you've probably been in the past very codependent. I imagine not anymore. And Lilith is very, very heavily aspected. So Lilith is with the North Node, with the Moon, Pluto, Saturn, Mars, Neptune. There's a Pluto-Saturn-Mars conjunction, which we lived last year and the year before. So that got activated then. So it's a chart that speaks a lot what you've just said. You're very sensitive, Sandra. You can feel people's feelings, people's, so especially the feelings and their traumas and everything. So basically what I would say is don't let yourself be caught by others, because the more you jump around, the more you say what you want, the more you just be ahead. Be agile, be fleeting, be like a fairy, just be ahead of everybody, just say things and let things, you can tell things to people and then poof, 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 they're just, how do you say this, the caer la ficha, if you might say things to people and then suddenly it sparks something in them that starts something out. But for that you have to have high degrees of freedom, but a freedom that is not totally detached from people, but is connected in a very compassionate, high Piscean way with people. So yeah, I think very nice. And
yeah, it's a very, very nice energy. And I think I love what you're saying there. And the big thing here is to maintain your freedom. You've got the 3 of clubs here. 3 of clubs, maintain that freedom. If you're too fixed on other people's ideas, philosophies, you're not doing your 5 energy. You're not doing your freedom bit. It's being outside the bubble. They're inside their bubble. That's where their chaos is. Stay outside of it to be your freedom here. Then you'll love the life here.
By the way, a Piscean thing. So Pisces can just get lost in the bubble of their imagination, which means they dissociate it from their feeling body. When the bubble includes only like one person or just like or a family, and that's it. So it's very important for Pisces to open up and see everybody and feel everybody, not put the focus on one person. Because if you put the focus on one person and start imagining things on that person, then you will dissociate. You will start sucking in old energy that you don't need to suck in.
Yes. How's that? Hopefully that helps you out there. And right, just looking at the next one here. Right. Next one up here looks to be Nanique. And Nanique, whereabouts are you coming in from? Let us know where you're coming from. It'll be interesting because I know you're coming on YouTube, and that's if you can, guys. There, just let you know, you don't have to use Facebook. You can use YouTube, and it does. You'll see exactly the same picture, exact same everything, except you're YouTubing rather than Facebooking. Anyway, right, okay. Yes, Cider Park says thank you, more than welcome, and yeah, very good morning to everyone else who just joined us. This is Spiritual Astrology Show, and we're in the process of doing live mini readings. This is Nanique. She's right. There's someone here. Okay, there's someone who's just come through, and we're going to deal with this. Going to deal with this here. Just put a post up there, which we need to redirect them. Redirect them. Just ignore this here. I will deal with this in just a second. Just come through. But in the meantime, Anik, right, we got three, two. Well, actually, it's interesting here is Anik. Your energy is quite unique because you're a 2911. 11, which is quite strong around you because this is about you being a bit of a healer. So your question here is, yes, okay, Aries, read my friend Elle. She's been a bit distant from me. Why? Would you understand here if I was to say to you here that the importance here is let them come back to you. Don't worry. Sit back in energy here. Aries, I understand here you want to get answers now. You need an answer now here. And I feel here it's about sometimes opening up your barriers here, open up yourself here, just to sit back and let things heal. Working on a healing energy is going to work this out for you. And also here, I get the feeling here there's been a lot of tension, a lot of anxiety in you, in general around you. And I get the sense here that sometimes we just need to have a bit of space. Here. Right, okay. Right, let's have a little look here and see where this is going as well. Coming through this year, if you're in a 2-year, so this is about forming relationships, but understanding what it is you want and understanding what other people want. There's a big difference. It's a sensitive year for relationships in general. But if we understand what we want and the other person can reciprocate that to get what you want, then we're in a happy place. If they see things differently, you've got to let them go. You've got to let them go. And that's the importance here. Yes, so let's help you out here. Right. What would you like to say with Nanique?
Me. Still checking out. Okay, so also a chart with a very strong Lilith. Lilith aspected everywhere. Sensitive to people's trauma, and also a big need to be free. The anxiousness that you said before, and that Lilith in Gemini is it says basically to realize that your mind opens people's mind up, and for that you have to just do your thing as an Aries, do whatever you feel like without feeling guilty. If you feel guilty, worried, or you're worried how people are going to receive you, or you want to make your point, you want to get your idea across, and like you really put emphasis in that, it doesn't work. You just have to block things out and don't, pardon my French, give a shit for what anybody else thinks.
Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? Because the Aries part is like that, isn't it? You need to be working on yourself. If people don't like it, they don't like
it. That's their problem.
It's not your problem. It's their problem. Yeah.
Aries it has the right to run people over, to bully people, to push them out of the way, to be blunt. That's what you're supposed to do if you're an Aries with a North Node in Aries. So, don't worry about how people are receiving you.
Yes. This is yes. Okay, just going to put this up here. From Debra, who's produced the show. Says, please do respond to spammers. Click on their name to block them. Cafe Clairvoyance does not answer medical questions. Please seek advice from a relevant healthcare practitioner. That is especially where we just had a post through from someone called Tanvir, and you, sir, need to seek medical attention. This is not the show to be able to help you. and I suggest that you speak to relevant people like that. Thank you very much for your comment, though. Okay, right. I'm looking. Let's just come back to lost it there. That's it. Annie, there she is. And she's saying here. So your cards here related to where you're going to in front of you. Right. Okay. This is really interesting. Really interesting here because you've in a sense, in any, I would say here, just be yourself. Just sit back, be in your own power, and sit back here. The card you pulled out here, which is beautiful, is the Joker. The Joker does not mean the joke's on you. The joke means the magic is in you. The magic is in you. So if people want to pull themselves back and go off other places there, they've got their own little issues. Yes, because you are being more than fair. More than fair. You've got fairness in your cards here as well. It's about fairness here, and sometimes people want what other people have got, and that's why sometimes we come across that. But there we go. Good. Okay, right. Now, as we go through the morning show here, we also got Lisa Morgan. She wrote in here. She's not showing herself up on the timeline here, but if I give this out to you here, she's 29/12/1984. 29/12/1984, and if I'm just working through numbers here, very nice. A lot of people here are coming through with five energies at the moment. All these energies of freedom, which is fantastic. It's lovely. 15, 24, 32. We've got a 369 with Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. Hope you are well, and thank you very much. You just said here that you'd like a reading here. It says you're frozen there. Hopefully, it's unfrozen. Yes, but yes, that's where we're going. Right. Yes. Anyway, so your readings here, 369 general reading. The first thing I say to you with your 9 energy is you're there to go out and help people. Your desire to help people, make people feel comfortable, loved, supported, and you're probably the wandering nurse to people's issues, concerns, and problems. The big thing about this year, I would say, around you is 1, 4, 5, 9. Yeah, you're still coming up, but this year it's about finding the balance in relationships, and it's interesting. It's about sometimes, if you don't understand it, showing your vulnerability. It's interesting when we show vulnerability, isn't it? Because sometimes we think this is awful. We don't like to do that because we get very proud. Understandably, we get proud. And also with this energy as well, what we're going through at this present time, it's very much about if we show this vulnerability, we show a side to us that people then say, well, we know what you need now. We know what you want and where you're coming from. If we don't show that, then there's a barrier. And we're putting up a barrier, and that acts as a block, especially as relationships and where issues are concerned around us. So it's dropping a barrier to say, this is where I've been wounded, this is where I've been hurt. And those hurts and those wounds often make us very strong, but they'll also bring out our humanness.
Yes.
Our humanness.
Yes.
And
also, yeah, when we're not when vulnerability allows us also to receive help from the universe. Yeah. If you are like self-sufficient, I can do everything, I'm controlling everything, then the universe goes, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so
yes.
If you want magic to happen, you have to connect with your vulnerability, which basically means, I don't know, everything is out of my control. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's nothing I can do and nothing I should do.
Okay.
And I mean, and also, sorry, what was the person's name right now?
This is Lisa Morgan.
Right. So Lisa is a Sun Neptune, Sun
yes.
conjunct Neptune in Capricorn. So a very Pisces energy, also a moon in Pisces.
Yes.
So as we're seeing today, the theme is very Piscean. You know, it's the dreamy Pisces and the freedom connected. No.
Yeah.
So they basically resonate with the energies of the day as always. No. So Lisa has Lilith in Aries and with Uranus and Mercury, which also need a large amount of freedom to express yourself.
Okay.
Together with that Neptunian energy and Neptune in Capricorn basically says that you're here to do something in life, but it's spiritual, which means basically you have to open yourself vulnerably in so life and the universe or God or whatever you want to call it can designate and can use you as a tool to do whatever it is that you're supposed to do as your life purpose. So it's basically not taking decisions and not operating with the mind, but letting yourself go with the flow. But with that moon in Pisces, that doesn't mean sacrificing yourself and losing yourself in somebody else, because
Yeah.
then you would get very angry.
Yes.
So it's about finding that balance between sacrificing yourself, the moon in Pisces, and that Lilith in Aries, which says, oh, I can't take people identifying with their ego, and I can't support being trapped. So it's finding that balance to be able to connect with that flow.
I think yes, and if you can find that, then I think we're in a great place. And I think that's a beautiful thing to find that energy and just tune in with it. It's lovely. Also, where you're concerned going through even today's energy. Today's energy is a 4 energy, and it's very much about just being in. Sometimes we just need to feel that bass. Feel
Yeah.
that bass, about the bass, no trouble. Is being in that bass and just feeling ourselves to the ground and just knowing everything is fine. It's fine, which is a nice energy. Kim D. Long says hi. We say hi back. Hi back. Hope you're well this morning and having a great day. Okay, I'm looking here because there's someone else who wanted the reading as well. I'm just looking where they were. And right, okay, yes. Here we go. Yes, we've got Elma. Elma's come in. She's Gemini, 10th of June. We need your year. We need your year, please, because otherwise we can't do the numerology.
1991.
1991. Ah, good. Good. Brilliant. So, 1991. Okay, right. Elma, lovely to see you. Nice little picture there of you and your little family. And and you got a colour purple. First of all, I'm going to go by the purple colour first of all, then I come into the numerology in just a moment. But one thing I'd like to say here, my feeling very unbalanced at the moment, do you know what I say to you? Is go with the unbalance. Go with it, just for this time being. Your purple colour, that's interesting. You're stronger than what you know. You're a lot stronger than what you know. And sometimes if life goes off balance, just let it go that way just a little bit and just, I would say here just for a little moment, just to listen. Just to listen, just sense, just to feel. There is here. Would you understand here? I get a lot about very karmic energies coming around you. Would you understand here? You've either worked in healing or you worked with doing things with people to bring peace. Would you understand that you work something in this particular area? Because this is very strong with your energy here. And I also would like to say to you, as we're going through, as I'm picking up this purple energy, there's also here, there's a gentleman who wants to step into your reading as well. And he tells me here that he was, for quite some time, for about 4 years, four or something here, he was unwell for about 4 years or 4 months. And quite a largish guy, but he wants to come in and say to you here that he's there and he's watching you. He's also saying, would you understand part of the problem is related to the home that you're looking at the moment, because he wants to bring this energy in. And he also would like to say to you here is, but the decisions that you want to try and make, what you want to do, they're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. You can't do anything just yet. So at the moment, you just have to be. However, he's showing me keys and options in front of you. But this comes up later on. This is later on here. What I see you're doing at the moment, though, is getting your mind, your body into a better place. Then you're going to be able to go forward. At the moment, if you were to make decisions of any kind, you'll wonder if it's the right one. You wonder if should I go on left or should I go on right, rather than actually knowing and being in a place of peace where you're going to be. But you've got to. I'll tell you what is interesting here. I'll tell you this: your spirit guides are here. It's not just about family. And this particular guy's spirit guides are here. And there's a monk here with Tibetan bells, and he is literally just chiming these bells because he wants you at peace, because you're going to do work in front of you which is very artistic, very artistic indeed, because you've got enormous quality around you, but you are not in your place. You're not in your center to be right in this. But just give this a bit of time, because he shows me coming up in the future. You, nature, it's interesting there, your logo there showing you in the woods. But I feel nature around you is going to be very much part of your work in front of you. My God, it will be good. But there's a few of them here now coming in. And they're just showing me here a lot of tears around you, a lot of upset, but it's going to change. It's going to change. But first of all, breathe in for 4 seconds, let go for 8, and do that a few times just to get yourself back into balance. And I think here you'll do it. You'll do it, and you'll be quite surprised. Okay.
Yeah, I would add to that. Okay, so your Elma is a Gemini, which is very mental energy, and then you're a North Node in Capricorn, which means South Node in Cancer, which means that you come from a lot of drama, a lot of taking emotionality too seriously when those emotions are actually just product of the mind, of interpretations. So it's like very jarring emotionality, the South Node in Cancer. And also there's a Chiron in Cancer, which means that you, and together with that Lilith in Capricorn, that your upbringing was very insecure, also Pluto moon. So mom was probably very insecure, or dad, and they're overpowering, over controlling, or overprotective. And so that creates this sense of I have to be moving all the time, but it dissociates you a lot. So that moon in Taurus says, no, learn to connect with your body and ground and be in yourself, to really be able to let go of what your mind is creating, so you can take in the information, especially this year, that's for Gemini, that's going to come in through your mind. Also a Neptune in Capricorn, which means that your mission is spiritual, which doesn't mean that, I mean, any mission can be spiritual, but what makes it spiritual is the fact that you have to let go of trying, of forcing yourself to do something, because it'll just take you, it'll just happen. And then there's also a moon, a Venus Mars, and this here it's a conjunction with Jupiter in creative Leo. So creative endeavors and of any sorts that deal especially with the hand is very important for you to find the balance and the connection with you.
Mm-hmm. And at this time, it's about finding that balance. So find that balance within yourself here. Then your world outside changes. He actually says there, I'm on a spiritual healing journey. Fantastic. Yes. And right, what I'll also say about this here, numerologically, you're a number 9. Well, healer, fantastic. Anything to do with stuff which is working yourself. Sometimes what we get caught up in is, especially being in 9, so being a 279, which you are here, is very much about the sensitivity and the balance and the needs of other people. Both the 2 and the 7 are very sensitive with this. And so it's very much about you needed sometimes here, actually, I need me time. I need to heal me. I need to be in my own balance. And as soon as you're in your own balance, you're in a great place. You're in a magical place.
Another thing is, with this chart, it's very, very probable that you have a trauma registered in your body, which probably belongs to your ancestors. So doing healing work on the body, like TRE, trauma releasing exercises, or bioenergetics, or there's lots of different disciplines that work on releasing the traumatic memories, cellular memories that is in the body. Okay, so it's important that you do that to find that stability inside you, because you're probably just outgoing ancestral trauma.
What's Chiron doing there? What's Chiron in this chart regarding
Cancer?
Right?
Cancer.
Okay.
No
so
aspects.
yes, because I can understand what you mean, especially with the 9 energy here about needing to heal, and the fact there's been trauma and the way it's physical in the body, we need to release it. Often we say here, I'm not saying it's just down to this. It's very much about what's in the mind sometimes goes into the body. This year is also interesting because we're working this year on being a 3. So it's what you're learning, what you're gaining, and what you're understanding with your world around you is a 1, 2, 3. We call it this. So one of the 1 here is about, come on, Focus on the self. The 2 is about the relationship with you, with other people. And then it's about the 3 energy, which is registered with your consciousness, your spirituality, and where you're going. My goodness, you'll be a happy soul. Happy, happy soul. Lovely, lovely to brief you this morning, Elma, and wish you a great, great journey through the week. And maybe see you next week. Great, brilliant. In the meantime, we have here Kim. Kim's joined us. She's 19th the 7th, 1991, colour yellow, general reading. Well, this was... good. Well, that's so nice. This was so beautiful. Thank you, guys. That is absolutely... it's a pleasure. And it's lovely to connect with you because you've got an awesome energy. Awesome energy. And I think if you're in that peace and you're in your spiritual and you're being creative and doing what you're doing, then you're doing your awesomeness. Anyway, right. Okay, just come back to Kim here. She's... general reading, and you look a very nice soul too, if you don't mind me saying. Right, okay. First thing I say here with the yellow, I love this because it's about keeping our spirits right up there, keeping our communication lively, engaging with people, being nutty, being happy, and enjoying that energy. Because then we're in our good selves, and I think that's a big thing for you. I'd also would like to say here. I'd also like to say here too that there's would you understand here that you're very good at planning things for other people, getting ideas, getting people to follow your ideas. Like for instance, they come to you, I've got a problem doing this, a problem doing that. You say, have you tried this and have you tried that? And they go and take up your initiative, and it probably works. Probably works to a great extent here. Also, would you understand here, you're more confident in the way you speak to people now than what you used to be. Because there used to be an inhibition in you or a shyness or a feeling like you're very withdrawn, but that's all changed. Would you understand it like part of you has like educated yourself or even gone through self-education and learning to be able to develop better skills in your life now, because this is just awesome. And there's this gentleman who just comes flying in here and he's saying to me here, he's on the father's side of your family. In fact, there's 2 guys here. One's on the father's side of your family. The other one's a younger man and one's quite an old man. But they're both coming in very lively, very upbeat. And would you understand people who are very good on their legs, such as dancers, runners, athletes, anything like this? Because he's telling me here about his energy, about the people being able to run and do all sorts of funny things and just engage. But you've always come from around here as well, he's showing me. They're not as a health block, but as like, always had loud people around the family, because he just says it, this is so loud. But there's this young man here as well. He stands back a little bit, and I get a feeling there is a little bit of a question as to why he passed over. In fact, it may even be the person who decided that his life was he made a decision on his life. But he's on the other side here, and he's just wishing you peace. And he also wants to show me a yacht. And he wants to show me the beautiful calm sea. And he just sends you freedom and good wishes. Now, this is, I do not know what this means, but this guy's passing it through. So would you understand this? Yes. Lol, I'm loud. Yeah, that's what they're saying. But your family were loud here as well. Everybody was like, oh, crikey, you need earphones on. Just earplugs in, rather, just to try and keep the noise down. But this is what he's saying. Yes. And but he wants to show to me, this young man wants to show to me a boat on the sea and calmness, like a yacht being free. That's his energy to you at the moment. I'll pass you down the road to Guiomar, see what she says. What would you like
so it's really, I'm flabbergasted by the coincidences between the charts. Like Kim also has 4 planets in Capricorn, the same 4 planets as before. 3 planets and the North Node, Neptune, Uranus, and Lilith. Also Chiron in Cancer, but this time conjunct the Sun in Cancer. Also Mars, Venus in conjunction, but in Virgo instead of Leo. It's like, how can people be so alike?
Yeah,
so
amazing, isn't it?
Sun in Cancer with the Chiron there. So there's also a lot of wounding relative to the early environment at home that create emotional instability. I mean, a Cancer is normally very unstable emotionally. And then all that Capricorn energy, again, saying, heal your inner wounds, your emotional wounds, and let yourself be taken. I think that was a common theme for every single person that asked for a reading today. Is just, that Piscean issue, the Piscean theme that we were saying at the beginning.
Yes, it's very interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it runs through.
Flow, yeah, let yourself be taken by life, open yourself vulnerably so the universe uses you as a tool to manifest whatever it is the universe wants to manifest, right? Also Moon in Scorpio, Pluto in Scorpio, so in all issues dealing with deep healing, ancestral trauma in the body are very important here too. And yeah, so again, Mars, Venus, and Virgo, very good for doing like knitting or stuff like that, to be able to channel all that energy. And yeah, North Node in Capricorn, less drama, take care of, heal the wounds from your ancestors that are in your body. And Saturn in Aquarius, to be able to do something publicly with that, to convey it publicly. Where's Mercury? Mercury's in Leo with Jupiter, so there's a lot of creative expression there too. Very similar energies to the one we read before.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Well, it's interesting what your cards are saying here, because all your cards, Kim, are about people around you. And some are in good positions, some are not in so good positions. There's health here that comes through. I don't know what the health matters are, but it relates to especially men, to with health, and also relationships of people around you who, in normal life, you would say here, surely we could all get on. We could all find a common ground of communication here. But it doesn't sometimes work like that. So you have to do one thing. Take the power back yourself. Be strong in yourself. It's a very strong year, but sometimes you've got to show that you're not a walkover. You're not a walkover. You're strong, and that you've got ability in yourself here to hold your own ground. And that's the important part. Your friendships around you, or people around you here, they are great. They are great. I think people adore you. You're a lovely soul. And but I think here that we can't please everybody, can we? But we do our very best. You do your very best there. But I think keep going. Kavita, I know you just written in here. Thank you very, very much. Unfortunately, we're at the end of the show, but we still got more shows ahead. We're here on Wednesday mornings. Unfortunately, come in at 12 noon. We're just about to finish, but we start at 11, the hour before. Alternatively, we are here on Friday, where I'm interviewing Kelly Leaning. She works with the Akashic Records. She's a Akashic record reader, so that'll be great to go and speak with her. She covers 8 p.m. EU time, 7 p.m. UK. If you're coming through from the west coast of states, I believe that's 12 noon. And if you're coming in through east coast of states, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And yes, and also on Sunday evening, I'm live on Instagram doing live video readings, which is Cafe Clairvoyance on Instagram. And that's where we are. Good. Okay. Kim says thank you so much. And Kavita, yes, we'd love to answer your question, Kavita, but unfortunately we're at the end of the show. From Debra, Debra here's just saying here, thank you, goodbye. We are back on Friday. There's a dates there. Guest is Kelly Leaning. Really looking forward to the show. Lovely, lovely lady. But what can I say? Guiomar, lovely show.
Thank you.
What a lovely Piscean, just easy energy. Very nice. And just a little thing here, just to say that you know that during the past couple of weeks, like computers, predictive texting, all this was going up the wall. Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, the man who invented predictive text, unfortunately, he's passed over now, but he leaves behind a whiff, 2 sins, and a donut. See you guys soon. Cheerio now. Bye.